I brought back 2 more boxes of stuff, and unfortunately I'm going to subject you to this pile of ROM that I brought home as well. ROM, I think, was 75 issues long. I didn't find all of them there, but I tried to make myself a little set of them. Here's Annual 4, Annual 3, Annual 2, and Annual 1. I either missed it or it wasn't there, but there's some gaps in this. So starting, the highest number I have is 74, 73, 72 with a hulkish Rick Jones on the cover. No 71, there's number 70. No 69, but there's 68. 66. 65. 64. 62. It's got a Mike Zeck cover, which I didn't remember ROM having. Issue 60. 57 with Alpha Flight. 56. I remember in Alpha Flight, this girl becomes like a sea monster or something pretty early in the game. So this is Alpha Flight probably only had a few issues at the time. 54. 53. 52. 51. 50. 49. 48. Hey, even ROM has a I Quit cover. 47. 46. 45, fighting the Soviet super soldiers there. 44. 42. And I think from this point on it's consistent. 41. 40. 39. I mean, ROM and the Master of Shang-Chi. 38. 37. 36. 35. This is my favorite story arc. 34. And 33. All right. 32. And this too kind of dates where this is. Like, this is probably an early appearance of Rogue here. When she was still part of the Brotherhood, probably ties up right around the same time as that Avengers Annual 10. 30. 29. 28. 27, where he's a Herald of Galactus. 26. 25. 2 ROMs. 24. 23. Such great crossovers as Power Man and Iron Fist. 22. Oh, that's the Torpedo. 21. 20. All right, hold on. Let's move those ROMs. 19. This Space Phantom guy is the guy that appears in Avengers 2. 18 with the X-Men. I thought this was the greatest thing when I was a kid. 17. 16. 15. This guy got the bold print version of the book. 14. 13. 12. Jack of Hearts on the cover. These Michael Golden covers are great. 11. 10. 9. 8. 7. 6. 5. 4. 3. And 2. I think all the ones I pulled out before, so I don't have them chunked in this pile. Let me move ROM out of the way, and we'll move on to some DC Comics Presents here. Okay, so these, I just kind of pulled out covers that I thought were cool. Superman and the Atom team up. I have a friend of mine that collects a lot of the girl characters, so I pulled out some of those appearances. So here's DC Comics Presents 19 with Batgirl on the cover. I just thought this one was kind of neat with Solomon Grundy and Swamp Thing, number 8. Number 5, I pulled it out for myself and a friend of mine that also likes Aquaman, so an Aquaman appearance. 33 has Superman and Shazam changing costumes for some reason. Thought this was an odd title, so I grabbed it. Also, it's an Aquaman crossover. Earth-Shattering Disasters, number 28. I think it's more like DC Special, and this one just happens to be Earth-Shattering Disasters. Brave and the Bold, 184. I think this is at the time when Huntress was still Batman's niece on Earth 2. I actually want to reread this issue. 169 was Satana. 147. I'm not sure if this is the first time they teamed up, but it says the team up you've been begging to see. Batman and Supergirl. And a Batman and Wonder Woman here on 158. This surprises me too. This is, in one of the other videos we showed superheroes battling super gorillas, and that was issue 1. Here's issue 16. So they've battled these super gorillas for at least 16 issues in these oversized formats. I think this is actually just reprints gorilla fights from other DC comics. I think that's the first appearance of Gorilla Grodd being reprinted there. Anyway, so more gorilla action. Superheroes against monsters. The Creeper, number 3. I found some Atom comics. Here's number 23. Number 30. 33. 34. 38. And 40. Nothing super exciting about those, just old 12-cent Atoms. I found a pile here of Adventures of Superman, number 466. It's the first cyborg Superman. So I found, well, now that I look at this one, it's so shoddy, I'm just going to say I found 3. We won't count this one. So, and Nova with, not Nova, sorry about that, Nomad, number 4, Deadpool cover. I just take this cover home every time I find it. I found another Beware the Cat 1 and a 3. Alright. What do we got here? Thought this was kind of neat. Ewoks, number 2. And this was also happy to have found, except the lower staple's not attached. Adventures of Super Mario Brothers, number 1, Valiant comic. I think this comic has some desirability, if I remember right, but again, lower staple not attached. I found a few copies of First Nebula. I kind of keep stumbling on this while I'm there, so I keep grabbing them. Nebula's Origin. Because of other YouTube videos, I've been now grabbing the Avengers with the Spider-Mans on the covers. So this is $2.58 if you're trying to do the same thing. These should be only like $1 or so or $2 at comic stores. I pulled these because of the Hawkeye covers. Just number 189. Nothing super significant, just Hawkeye's really predominant in the cover. Same thing with this one. They've kind of homaged this cover on some books fairly recently. It's a 223. The first female Yellow Jacket, if anyone cares, 264. I brought home this little pile of Anthro. Not that there's anything exciting about this. Just they happen to be in good shape, and there was a run of them. So there was issue 1, issue 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. This one with this kind of Betty and Veronica cover here, I actually skimmed through to see what happens, and both of these girls are trying to marry him, and they're fighting to see which one can marry him, and in the end, it's a draw, and they both get to marry him, and that's how the cliffhanger ends. The poor trials of Anthro. Look at him just chilling back there. That's right, ladies. All right, this next pile I was kind of happy to stumble on. Some early Green Lanterns. This is issue 26. It's got Star Sapphire on the cover. Here's issue 41, also with Star Sapphire. Issue 34. It's in pretty good shape. I think it's pretty funny. He's fighting a iguana. I remember having another old issue where he's fighting a 6-gun Gila monster one time, so he doesn't seem to get along well with lizards. Issue 53, 55. For committing the worst crimes, Green Lantern of Earth, you've been sentenced to power ring to death. Poor fella. 56. 57. These next two are in really good shape. This 58 and it's number 63. I mean, nothing significant about the book at all, but I mean, this just looks like it came off the rack to me for being a 12-cent comic. 64. Kind of like this cover. Monster underneath the woman's face. 69. This cover I dislike a whole bunch. 70. But I only wanted to make him laugh, not die. 72. Got Sinestro on the cover. It's kind of cool there. 74. 79. 82. A couple 82s. 84. Did find one of these drug issues here, 86. Unfortunately, the cover is detached from it. I still just kept it because of the significance of it, but same thing with this one. Found another copy of 87. Really poor shape, though. Detached cover. 89. Green Lantern Corps 201, First Kilowog. Found some of that. Green Lantern 195. I think this is Guy Gardner becoming Green Lantern. Just old 10-cent stuff. My Greatest Adventures, number 44. Got a dinosaur knocking over some missiles here. 79. 75. And 65. Okay. A friend of mine was joking that this place, this stuff stuck in storage just keeps reproducing, keep finding things. I'd found like 3 or 4 or 5 copies, I don't remember, of Nova 1 earlier, and I was moving stuff from a box to another box. That's what I'm doing. And stumbled on 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 Nova 1s. So, yippee! Yes, believe it or not, I found more Ms. Marvel 1s. It's kind of funny. On the CGC forums, I guess people are posting how I'm going to crash the market with these Ms. Marvel 1s. Most of those 150 ones that we found earlier, I would say, are like in the 6.5 to 8.5 range at the best, and I highly doubt 150 copies in Ms. Marvel are going to be the end of the market. Well, now that I have whatever this is, 10 more of them, maybe that'll be the end of it. But so anyway, I found 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 more Ms. Marvel ones. These ones are actually better than the previous batch that I found. So, yippee. I'm not complaining. I'm happy to find them. I think I only found like a few of these before, but I did find 4 copies here. Pretty decent. Like, this one's got a little chip missing down here, and that one's got a chip missing down there. So these two, These other two are pretty good shape. So anyway, Ms. Marvel 18's first Mystique. And Ms. Marvel 21, I don't know why I grabbed it. I just grabbed it. I found a box of Suicide Squads. I think this is from the 2nd series. I just grabbed the number 6 because of this Deadshot cover. But I think there's actually probably enough to put together 3 sets of this run. Like it's 1 through 50 or so. So I'll probably just put them together in sets of 1 through 50. But just brought these home to show. And I brought this home, of course, because Aquaman, or in this case, it's Aquaboy. Okay, hold on, got a little bit more. All right. In that Green Lantern box, I found some Green Arrows. This is from a mini-series 1 through 4. This is number 4. Number 3. Number 2. And number 1. For his ongoing series, I found 1 number 1, a few number 2s, and then probably the rest of the series was there, but I didn't bring it home. I found Longbow Hunters. This is issue 3. Issue 2. And a couple issue 1s. And actually the trade paperback for that was there as well. All right, last little pile. Found another record book. Unfortunately, it has no record. Conan, Barbarian record set. I think I just grabbed this Conan because I thought it was also a record, but it's not. It's just some kind of, I don't know, self-contained Marvel story. I'm not really familiar with this. And then last, just some Bay Ray bills. Here, so a few copies of Thor 337, first appearance of Bay Ray Bill. 338, the follow-up. And a couple 339s. So on that note, that's it. Just some interesting, early Green Lanterns, a couple neat key issues. I will keep you guys posted. Take care. Bye.